Hi, welcome back to HPE Discover. Now, business needs are changing rapidly and we need an infrastructure platform that can support these quick changes. Here at HPE Discover, we're hearing a lot about composability, but what does that mean for your business? How's it going to simplify the ever-growing hybrid IT systems and keep you agile? So hopefully, Brian Basand, who's joining us now, who's the HPE Cloud Product Marketing Manager, can explain that. It's all about demystifying, really, simplifying the hybrid IT infrastructure that businesses are having to cope with. How are you doing that, and how is this composable word involved?
Sure. So the idea used to be that you would need a set of infrastructure basically per workload. So I'm going to run my ERP applications over here, I'm going to run my HR application over here, I'm going to run my private cloud over here. And each of those is going to have some kind of extra capacity for peak usage, and I've got to manage each of those separately to some extent. What we're going to instead do is take all of the compute, networking, storage resources that are available among that infrastructure, and we're going to put that into big pools. And we can say, we're going to carve off a chunk of this for a certain workload, and we're going to carve off a chunk of this for a certain workload, and we're going to carve off another chunk. And as the needs of each of those workloads change, I'm going to scale up the resources that are available to one, and maybe I'm going to scale another down so that I have the capacity to run all of those.
So the product that we're talking about is HPE Synergy with HPE Helion Cloud System 10. It's a bit of a mouthful.
Absolutely.
What is it going to do for a business, for my business, say?
So what we just talked about, making those fluid pools of compute, networking, and storage, that's an industry first when we look at the composable infrastructure. Now we're also going to be able to do private cloud on that composable infrastructure. So we're going to be able to rapidly scale up or scale down the resources available to that private cloud, or move some of those resources over to that other workload or whatever that may be. So we used to see a certain level of agility in cloud, and that's still there. Everything that we've promised about cloud system in the future is still available. We're now adding on top of that the agility of coming out of that infrastructure to be able to change the resources allocated to those different workloads.
Okay, and there's a lot more as well, isn't there? You've got extra bonuses going with that.
There are some extra bonuses, absolutely. So when we look at something like the OpenStack-based private cloud within Cloud System, there's some new and unique capabilities where we took a little bit of what OpenStack could do, and we took a little bit of what Synergy could do, and we now have entirely unique capabilities to Synergy with Cloud System. So for example, we can say, a certain type of workload is going to run best on a certain type of infrastructure. Maybe a high performance database always needs to run on SSDs. Based on the automation that we get coming up from OneView and the automation that exists in OpenStack, we can make sure that we're always provisioning those certain types of workloads on the infrastructure that best matches it. So you're going to see performance gains in speed and experience, or in VM density, or whatever the attribute of those workloads you're looking at. We can now do that in a much more rapid and automated fashion than we used to be able to.
Brilliant. Brian Basand, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.